but there was a transition that happened years ago. Worship music moved into the music industry. And when that happened, there was this exchange that happened. It wasn't just that worship music moved into the music industry, but the industry leaked into the church and started telling the church and showing the church, this is what worship should look like. These are the songs you should sing. This is what your stage should look like. This is what your band should look like. This is what your lights should look like. And in that process, it kind of generated a lot more spectators than participants.
Okay, Kim Walker-Smith, let's talk about it. Kim says that modern day worship culture has produced more spectators than participants. And I actually agree. I just think there's another shift that we could name. Modern worship culture has also not only produced spectators, but performers instead of worshipers. And that's not a personal attack. That's a systemic outcome. When worship becomes a career path, when faith is tied to branding, stages, ticketed events, emotional delivery, something changes. At some point, you're no longer leading worship. You are performing spirituality. And here's the kicker, even when your intentions are sincere. As someone who has led worship in these spaces and is studying mental health, I want to say this clearly. Emotion is not transformation. Crying tears, falling over, speaking in tongues, or maybe even feeling overwhelmed. These can all be meaningful experiences, and they can also be the nervous system's response to music, expectation, and group emotions. Both things can be true. Ironically, if you go back and listen to the entire sermon that Kim preaches, the most compelling part of the story isn't the stage at all. It's her stepfather. No platform, no audience, no emotional payoff, just quiet, consistent devotion in a home when no one was watching. And maybe that's the point. If the church really wants people to remember their first love, maybe the answer isn't louder songs or bigger altar calls. Maybe it's asking whether our spaces are forming grounded, embodied humans, or simply very skilled spiritual performers. Because worship was never meant to be impressive. It was meant to be honest.